People think my job is complicated, but honestly, it's just a bunch of systems working together. My name is Alexander Akabogu. Welcome back to my channel, the channel of engineering basketball. That's what we'll talk about, engineering basketball. Where myself, I am a degreed engineer and computer scientist, working in the field for over a decade and counting, as well as a former college basketball player, as well as a high school basketball coach and strength and conditioning trainer. And I'm here to talk to you about my job, my engineering job, whereas I've worked for multiple large companies, Fortune 500 companies, both in the utility sector, both in the combined cycle power plant sector, in the field as well as in the office. I want to talk about three specific things that I may be describing these things as engineering workload, but this is really life. This is the way you want to think about life, to simplify it. Think good on my plate. Things come onto my plate all the time. I have this task to do. I have this email coming in. I have this request coming in. Storm responses are one of the things that I have to deal with. When it rains badly, when there's inclement weather, right, bad things happen to our communication systems, to our power lines. Trees fall on power lines. The wind knocks over a power line. Flooding, all these type of things. All these type of things affect our power in our homes, in our schools, in our hospitals, right? Storm responses is just a system. There are inputs. Those inputs can be outages. They can be customer calls for, no lights or loss of power. The process that we use is prioritization, right? Okay, who called? How many customers are out? Is it in a remote, small area, or is it like a big hospital, right? We route crews. We send crews to fix those problems, briefing them on what they're expected to be driving out to, right? And then outputs. Power is restored. That is when we are done with our work, right? So inputs, processes, and outputs. That's the way you want to think in systems. Inputs, processes, outputs. Another example is engineering. That's also a system. An example at General Electric, there's logic work. There's work that needs to be done, right? People have a request, work that needs to be done. What's the input? The requirements. What are the requirements that the customer wants from us? Do they want 2 gas turbines? Do they want to support 500 customers? Do they want to feed 50 megawatt grid? What do they want from us? Processes, that's us creating the logic, validating the logic, validating our software, validating our screens, validating the power flow. And then output being standardization of those control systems. We standardize that request that you had for us. Those requirements that you asked us for, if we didn't have those in our systems, we want to standardize them. So next time you ask us for it, we can package it and give it to you quicker, right? We have a baseline we can work off of. Standardizing those control systems. Inputs, processes, and outputs. Another example, right, staying in the same realm, but meetings. Meetings are just aligning those said systems. I know people laugh about this white collar work, right? Meetings on meetings on meetings. Really what they're doing, if you think, trying to be purposeful, if you think, are just aligning your systems. Those can be kickoff meetings. Those can be internal, small segment meetings between teams, right? We have a systems team and a standards team that meet once a week. It could be an IPP project where we have a customer team and a project team that meet, to discuss some requirements. Those are just aligning systems. That's all they're doing. They exist to sync people so systems don't break. I'll close with this. When you start seeing everything as inputs, processes, and outputs, you get way better at your job fast.